Hey everyone, it's Mike here. Welcome to Yoga This Evening. So as usual, make sure you've got either a block. If you don't have a block, then just grab a beach towel, fold it to about that width, okay? And then roll it up into a cylinder and make sure it's nice and tight and firm if you don't have a yoga block. Alright, so let's get started this evening. Just coming into either cross legs or half lotus, whatever you prefer. So coming into a nice seated position. Alright, so now that you're in a nice seated position, bring your feet out in front. Cross your legs over the opposite way to the way you just had them. Because if we always cross our legs the same way, we're going to create imbalances, and in yoga, we like to even out all those imbalances. So interlacing your fingers, flip the opposite thumb on top, flip the opposite index finger on top, and press the palms forward. Just shrugging the shoulders down, let your shoulder blades fall apart, looking down at the ground. And rotate the palms up to the sky, looking straight ahead. And leaning over to the right, looking up past your left armpit. Inhale, center, and exhale, opposite side. Inhale, center, and exhale, hands to heart center. Grabbing your hands behind, look up and reach back, open up the chest. And releasing out, shrugging the shoulders a few times. Okay, just bring your feet out in front. And then grabbing onto your right foot. Okay, so grabbing onto your right foot underneath, like this. And then bring your right foot under. Then placing your left foot over the top, like this. So, if this is comfortable, then you can do this option. But if you've got tight hips, if this doesn't feel good, then you can straighten this leg if you need to, okay? And then placing the elbow beside the knee, like this. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, twist. And looking forwards, just placing the elbow on the other side of the knee and twist. Relax your legs. Relax your back. Twisting with the arms, looking over your back shoulder. And looking forwards, switching sides. So grabbing your left foot, bringing it underneath. Placing your right foot over the top. Again, if this side of your hips are tight, then you can keep this leg straight if you need to. Elbow comes beside the knee. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, twist. And looking forward, switching sides. Same on the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And looking forwards. Just unwrapping the legs and just grabbing your block, reaching your feet out in front, placing your block in between your thighs, so you could have it that way or could have it that way, whichever way feels better. Placing your hands behind. Inhale, lifting your chest. Exhale, lift your hips up as high as you can. Okay? So look down. See if you can get your hips so high that you can't see your thighs anymore. Okay? If you manage to get them that high, then you can relax your head back. But if they're down a bit lower, then that's fine. Just keep looking straight ahead if your hips are down lower. But if they're up high, then look at the ceiling. If they're up high enough so that you're looking at the ceiling and you'd like to make it even harder, maybe straighten one leg, inhale, and exhale, placing that leg down and switching to the other side, inhale, and exhale down. And a couple more rounds, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale, and one more round, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. Slowly lowering down. And just placing your right foot over your left leg. Elbow comes beside the knee. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, twist, looking over your back shoulder. And looking forwards. Switching sides, same on the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And looking forwards. All right, so let's do that again. So placing the block above your knees. So make sure the block isn't on top of your knees because then it's going to move around. Okay, so you want it just a bit above. Setting up your position. And inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, lifting the hips up nice and high. Staying here or maybe doing some raises and lowers. Inhale, raise. Exhale, lower. And inhale, raise. Exhale, lower. And 4 more. And 3. And 2. And last one. Slowly coming down, slowly, slowly. And just coming into cross legs. Cross legs or half lotus. Right hand on your left knee. Inhale, lifting your chest. Exhale, twist, looking over your back shoulder. And looking forwards, switching, same on the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And looking forwards. All right, so coming to lay down on your back. Laying down. And arms and legs to the ceiling. So we want to reach up a little bit, so we don't want our head resting on the mat. So your head and your shoulders are up off the mat, crunching up a little bit. Feel the contraction between your ribs and hips. Okay, so you want your abdominals engaged and you want your body fairly stiff for this one. So we're going to rock back to the shoulders, rock down to the hips. Rock back to the shoulders, down to the hips. So keep your abdominals nice and strong. Just noticing a bit of a massage in the back. Rocking back to the hips, shoulders, to the hips, shoulders. So you might want to keep doing this one. If you're up for a bit more of a challenge coming up, into boat, control the finish, and then back. Up to boat, control the finish, and back. So a few more. If that's uncomfortable, just hips to shoulders. But if you want to come all the way up, whoa, and back down, come all the way up. All right, so chest lifted, gazing up as you come up into boat. If you're up for more of a challenge, then rocking back. As you rock forward, feet wide, come into a squat. Okay, and then back, come up into boat, hold it at the top, control finish. Back and into a squat. and then into your boats. So give it a go. No one gets it on the first go, but guess what? No one's watching. Who cares? Try it. You might like it. Boat pose. And squat. If you come into a squat, then maybe coming into your squat to standing. So boat pose. And squat to standing. And back down. Boat pose. Squat to standing. Alright, so just stand up if you've had enough of rocking back and forth and all that silliness. Alright, so chair pose. So bring your toes to touch, bit of a gap between your heels for chair, coming down into your chair. Okay, so we want fingers energized. We don't want floppy hands, floppy fingers. Looking straight ahead, fingers energized in your chair. Look down at your big toes. If you can't see your big toes, move your knees back so you can see them. And sink down a little bit deeper. Hands to heart center. Take a twist to the right. Hook your elbow over your thigh. Bringing the hands into the center of the chest. Just feeling for the position of the knees. If you feel that one knee is a bit forward of the other, just bring them back into alignment. And inhale, center it, flattening the back. Taking a twist to the other side, bringing the hands into the center of the chest. And inhale, coming into the center, flattening the back, reaching the arms out, slowly, slowly, slowly coming down. Take a seat, boat pose. And just dropping the feet down. Bring your hands behind your upper back, lifting the chest. Inhale, exhale, fold, stretch. And just coming back up. Alright, so we're going to come into camel, or options for camel. So just coming up to kneeling. So I'll take the options up step by step. The full pose is fairly advanced, so just feel free just to stop whenever you need to. Okay? So step one is just to lift the chest looking up and just let the arms fall back a little bit. Okay, so this is step one. Just notice how your back feels. Alright, if you've got a bit of a sensitive back, then you might want to stop here. So step two is to come back and just hold on to the ankles. Good morning, Valko. Dog's just woken up. So this is step two. You might want to stay here, keep gripping onto the ankles. Alright, if this feels alright, then lifting the chest, relaxing the head for the full expression of the pose. And then looking forwards. To come out of it, keep holding on with one hand, coming forwards, and then releasing that hand to let go. Okay? Interlace your fingers, press the palms forward, look down at the ground. And looking forwards, reaching up with your right hand, leaning over to the side, looking up past your left armpit. Inhale, center, exhale, opposite side. Okay, so setting up for the vinyasa flow for this week. So coming into plank, setting up in high plank, and just walk it out left and right a few times, have a bit of a stretch. And coming up into downward facing dog. So again, have a bit of a stretch. You should be looking right back at your feet, head relaxed. And inhale, raising your right leg, coming into three-legged dog. Tiger curl, coming forward, right knee to right elbow. Maybe dropping it down to the wrists. Back up and reaching up, three-legged dog. And two more. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Maybe down to the wrists. Back up and reach. And exhale as we come forward. Down to the wrists and back up. And last one, exhale as we come forward, down to the wrists and reach back up. Exhale, low lunge, step the right foot in between the hands, low lunge. Lifting your chest, lowering your hips down. So lining up the shin with the forearms. Inhale, raise your right hand, take a twist. And exhale, top hand comes down. Crescent lunge, inhale, coming up into crescent lunge. Grab your hands behind, reach back, take a bit of a back bend. And inhale, fingertips to the sky. Mountain pose, drop the back heel to the ground, straighten the legs, but keep a little bit of a bend in the knees for mountain pose. Hands come behind, lifting the chest. Inhale and exhale, slowly fold over the front leg. So keep a tiny bend in both knees to make sure you're not locking out the knee joint. And inhale as we come back up, lifting the chest, taking a bit of a back bend. And two more. Exhale as we fold. And inhale as we come up. And exhale as we come back down. Fold. And inhale, making our way up, back up into crescent lunge. Raise the back heel, turn the back heel out. Low lunge, coming down into low lunge. Lifting the chest, lowering the hips. And then from here, inhale to prepare. Exhale, straighten out the front leg. So if you want to use your block, if you want to put your hands on a block, you can. Maybe the highest height, see how you go. Getting a good stretch into that front leg. Inhale to prepare, exhale, low lunge, coming forward. We'll do two more. Inhale and exhale, straightening out the front leg. So just leave your block in that spot if you're using your block. Inhale to prepare and exhale, coming forward. Lift the chest, lower the hips. Inhale to prepare, exhale, last one, stretching into that leg. Inhale to prepare, exhale, coming forwards. Just place your block off to the side if you're using it. And inhale to rise in crescent lunge. Trikonasana, drop the back heel, straighten the legs. So we want the outside of this foot to be parallel with the mat. Send the hips back, reaching forward, coming up and over into Trikonasana. One hand straight down, the other one straight up. Inhale as we come up, coming back, reverse Trikonasana. Hands come to parallel, two more. Send the hips back, reaching forward, down into Trikonasana. And up we come, coming back, and reach back. And parallel, send the hips back, reaching forward, down we come. and coming up, coming back, and into warrior two. Flip the palm, inhale to reverse. Exhale, coming all the way down, stepping back, downward facing dog. So stay in down dog for a few breaths if you want, or come forwards and take a vinyasa if you'd like to take a vinyasa. And just walking it out left and right, setting up for the other side. Inhale, raising your left leg, coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger curl, left knee to left elbow, maybe down to the mat. And inhale, reaching back up. Two more, exhale, maybe to the mat. And inhale. Last one, exhale to the mat. And inhale. And exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, low lunge. Lift the chest, lower the hips. And inhale, raise the left hand, take a twist. Exhale, top hand comes down, crescent lunge. Inhale to rise. Grab the hands behind, reach back, take a back bend. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Mountain pose, drop the back heel, straightening the legs, but that tiny bend in both knees. Hands come behind, and exhale, fold. So keep a tiny bend in both knees. We never lock out the knee joint. Inhale to rise, taking a back bend. And two, exhale, fold. And inhale, up we come. And exhale, back down, last one. And inhale, as we come up, crescent lunge, raising the back heel, turn it out, setting up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, straighten out the front leg. Use your block if you need to. Inhale to prepare, exhale, coming forward, lift the chest, lower the hips, straighten the back leg. Inhale to prepare, exhale, straightening it out. Inhale to prepare, exhale, coming forwards. Crescent lunge, inhale to rise. Trikonasana, straightening the legs, adjusting the back foot, outside of the back foot, parallel with the mat. Send the hips back, reaching forward, up and over, into Trikonasana. One hand straight down, the other one straight up. You do not have to touch the ground in Trikonasana. Make sure this top shoulder doesn't drop forward. Try and find length between your hands. Inhale as we come up, coming back, reverse Trikonasana. Hands come to parallel, send the hips back, reaching forward, down for two. And up we come, and back we come, reverse. And to parallel, send the hips back, down for the last one. And back up we come. And back, reaching back. And back to parallel, back into warrior two. Warrior two, warrior two, yes, that's warrior two. Flip the palm, inhale to reverse, and exhale, coming all the way down, stepping back, downward facing dog, stay in down dog, or take another vinyasa if you'd like to take another vinyasa. And just dropping down to the knees, just taking child's pose for a few breaths, either knees together or knees apart. And just making your way up, just stretching out the wrists, just flipping one palm up, gently stretching the wrist. And switching to the other side. And release. All right, last poses for today. Either supported bridge or wheel. So we're setting up the same way for both. Feet parallel, okay? Don't let your feet come out like that if you come into wheel, okay? Please keep that in check, because I see that mistake happen all the time. So, supported bridge, lifting your hips up. Block comes under the hips, okay? For supported bridge. If you want to chill out and relax, if it's been a long day, this is the pose for you, okay? If you want to take a more intense back bend, then lose the block. Place your hands beside your head. Coming up, you can momentarily place your head on the mat if you want to, before coming up into wheel, okay? And then tucking your head in as you come down. All right, so stay in the poses. So you're either in supported bridge or wheel at the moment. If you're doing wheel, feel free to do 2 or 3 short wheels rather than trying to hold one for as long as possible, okay? Because it is a fairly intense back bend. If you're in wheel, just feel for the position of the feet, because the feet do like to come out like that in wheel. So just notice what's happening with your feet and try and bring them back in if you're in wheel. And as you come back down, slowly coming back down, tuck your chin in, okay? And then just have a bit of a stretch at the end. So setting up for Shavasana, arms out, palms facing up, closing the eyes. So make sure you do Shavasana for at least 5 minutes, just focusing on the breath. It's a good opportunity to give yourself permission to have a few minutes off where you don't have to think about anything. Darko, don't step on the keyboard. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Pleasure as always. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Take care.